Hi guys, this is Sadik from Godwin.com, and in this video, we'll show you how to root your OnePlus phone using the kernel SU and SUSFS. So please take a backup of all the data on your phone and then let's get started. As of now, the following phones are supported: the OnePlus Ace 2 Pro, Ace 2, Ace 5, Nord 4, Open, 10 Pro, 10T, 11R, 11, 12 and 13R. With that said, more phones will be added shortly, so please keep a track of this section at regular intervals. And on that note, let's get started. First off, get hold of the following files: the OnePlus kernel with kernel SU Next and the SUSFS support. From this link, you may download it. Let me close all the other tabs. So from here, you may download it. For instance, as of now, I'm using the OnePlus 11, so I will download this kernel. It has the kernel SU Next and the SUSFS support as well. So get hold of the kernel for your phone and transfer the kernel onto your phone as well. Once that is done, get hold of the kernel SU Next app from this link. All these are the official link from their GitHub pages. So from here, you have to now expand the section of asset and download the kernel SU. Hit the show all asset buttons, and from here download the kernel SU Next app. Scroll down to the bottom, and this is the kernel SU Next app, as you could see. So get hold of this app and transfer the app onto your phone as well. And finally, download the SUSFS module, the latest version only. This is the latest build. You may go to the release section of this module, and as you could see, this is the latest version as of now. So download the kernel SU module as well, and now transfer all these three files onto your phone. So just give me a few seconds. Let me verify it once. Let me change it to file transfer, and now I will verify if I have all the files or not under the KSU folder. Just give me a second. This is the folder. So this is the kernel SU Next app, and apart from that, the KSU module, SUSFS, and the OnePlus 11 kernel which supports the SUSFS as well. So I have all the three files, and apart from that, there are a couple of other files as well. Let me remove that for the sake of convenience, otherwise it might get conflict. So let me transfer the file over here. Just give me a second. So as you could see, as of now, we have just the three files: the kernel SU Next APK, the SUSFS module, and the OnePlus 11 kernel SU Next with the support for SUSFS. So once you've got all the three files, let's move ahead. Now you have to install the TWRP recovery onto your phone. If your phone does not have a recovery, I'll show you at the end of this video how to get this job done without using the recovery. But for now, I'm using the recovery method because it's quite easy to get this job done. So let's now get hold of the recovery file for your phone using the official TWRP website or the XGA website. So get hold of the recovery, and once you have got the recovery, you have to flash the recovery onto your phone. So let me do that as well. It will take just a few seconds. So the recovery file should be somewhat here. This is the recovery file in my case. Okay, here's a file. Transfer the file inside the platform tools folder and rename it to recovery, or even shorter, let's rename it to TWRP. And now you have to flash the recovery onto your phone. So first off, enable USB debugging as well. Go to the settings menu, then about device, version, tap on version number 7 times. This will enable developer options. So go back, system and updates, developer options, and enable USB debugging from here. Once that is done, boot the phone to the fastboot mode via the command. First, open the CMD window inside the platform tools directory. So copy the path of platform tools from here. Open the CMD from the start menu. Type in CD space, paste the path of platform tools, and you have now got the platform tools directory. So now type in ADB, reboot, bootloader, hit enter, and the phone should now boot into the fastboot mode. This will take just a few seconds. So in the meantime, open this guide as well, and using this guide, you could see how to flash the recovery onto your phone. The most important in this guide is to verify if your phone has a recovery partition or not. So execute all of these three commands to verify if the phone has a recovery partition or not. If your phone has a recovery partition, which is in my case is the case, so then I could flash the recovery via the fastboot flash recovery command. But if in your case there is no recovery partition, then you will have to take the help of boot partition. So if your phone does not have a recovery partition, then you have to type in fastboot boot twrp.img, and after that you may either use the flash the recovery zip file inside the install option, or install the recovery img from the in the Ramjet section. Let me show you. In case your phone does not have a recovery partition, then you have to either flash the recovery zip file after using the fastboot boot command. You flash the recovery zip file, or if there is no zip file, then you have to flash the IMG in the RAM disk as well. But if your phone does not have the RAM disk, then in that case you must simply use the option of flash current TWRP, and the recovery will be flashed onto your phone. Anyways, in my case, we have the recovery partition, so the recovery will be flashed onto my phone simply via the command fastboot flash partition name, which is recovery, and file name, which is twrp.img, and hit enter. The recovery will now be flashed, and once that is done, you will have to boot your phone to the recovery. So type in fastboot reboot recovery, and your phone should not reboot into the recovery in a few seconds. So let's wait for that to happen. It might take around 4 to 5 seconds for that to happen, and for the first time it might take a little bit longer, but from the subsequent time that will not happen. So we are now inside the recovery, as you could see, and your first course of action is to simply flash the OnePlus kernel which you have got from here for your phone. The kernel from this page which you have got, in my case is the OnePlus 11. So now flash the kernel file onto your phone via the install section. OnePlus 11, in my case, is the kernel which support the SUSFS as well. Then strive to flash. The kernel will now be flashed onto your phone in just a few seconds. So let's wait for that to happen. And the flashing is now about to be done. There is no need to do any formatting as such. Simply flash the kernel and tap on reboot system, and your phone will now boot to the OS. It will take around 4 to 5 seconds. The first time boot up might take up a little bit longer, which is completely normal and nothing to worry about. But it's not the case usually. So around 5 to 10 seconds, and your phone should now be inside the OS. And once we have flashed the kernel, your next course of action is to launch the kernel and then install the SUSFS module. First off, let's verify by launching the kernel app. Okay, so as of now we have installed the kernel in the backend. So now you have to install the kernel app in the front end as well. So for that we have the kernel SU next app. Keep this point in mind, you have to install the kernel SU next and not the kernel SU. The kernel SU will not work. So please install the kernel SU next app. I've given the link for the kernel SU next app only. So keep this point in mind. As you could see over here, it's the kernel SU next APK file and not the kernel SU file. So with that said, once you have installed the app, open it, and you could see it's not working. So we have obtained root. But as you might be aware, in case of kernel SU, you will not get the magic prompt in case of when you launch any app. So you will have to manually give it the root access from the super user section and enable the toggle next to the required app, and then you could use that app in the rooted environment without any issue. Okay, it was just a short note. Let's move ahead. So now you could have to go to the module section, tap on install, and now choose the SUSFS module, which is this one. As you could see, SUSFS module, tap on OK. The module will now be flashed onto your phone in a few seconds, and now tap on reboot. Once your phone reboots, you now have the SUSFS as well in just a matter of few seconds. So that is why I have told you to use the recovery, because the recovery method is very fast and very easy without any complication whatsoever. Once you have flashed the module as well, we will now verify the module, and then we will tweak it as per the requirement of your liking. So just give it a few more seconds, and your phone should now boot to the OS with both the kernel SU kernel and as well as the SUSFS module as well. So our phone is now inside the OS. Let me launch the kernel SU next app. And if you go to the module section, as you could see, we have one modules, the kernel SU next. This kernel supports the SUSFS, and we have the SUSFS version as well. Go to module, and as you could see, it's now up and running. Just tap on open, and the SUSFS is right in front of you. You may customize it as per the requirement. Likewise, you may tap on the custom SUSFS settings and tweak the one which is as per your requirement, and you may, but please do not manually add the custom SUS path or the custom SUS mount or the custom try mount. Adding this manually might lead to a soft brick or a boot loop state. So please don't interact with these three options. Only do the things from here only. So for example, let me launch the settings. Let me show you what all of these means. So the first one is the custom ROM height. As you could see over here, the height custom ROM. In this you have the height custom ROM path, the height vendor policy, height compact matrix, and the spoof servicelets. Next up you have the height GApps. So currently I am not using the GApp package because I am on stock ROM, so I don't need this. If you want, you may enable the toggle. Next up, height Revance. So if you're using a Revance YouTube or any other such app, YouTube Music or the YouTube app, then you may enable this toggle. For now I'm using the official Google app or Google YouTube. Then spoof command line interface as well. If you want, you may enable it. Then hide KSU loops. If you want, you may hide the kernel SU loops as well. Finally, we have the force hide LS-pose mount. So if you're using the LS-pose framework, you may enable the toggle. For now I'm not using LS-pose, so it's turned off. And apart from that, as I've told you earlier, you could see the manual custom SUFS settings, which are these 3 ones. Even the dev has told us that do it at your own risk. It may cause a boot loop or soft break. So please leave these 3 settings as it is. And apart from that, that's just about it. Okay, now let me now show you the steps for the ones who don't have a custom recovery on their phone. So for them, they will not be able to flash the kernel using the recovery. So what they have to do is they have to flash the kernel using an app, let's say the kernel flasher app. But since your phone is currently not obtained root, the app will not work. For example, if you try to launch the app, it will say that phone is not rooted on your phone. But since I've obtained root, this is opening. So in your case, the app will not open. So first you will have to root the phone via the kernel SU. So first off, get hold of the version of the firmware. So go to the settings menu, about device, version, and note down this version and get hold of the exact same firmware. Once you have got the firmware, extract the firmware via the fireboot enhanced tool, and then get hold of the initboot file. Then transfer this file onto your phone and install the kernel SU Next app. Once you install the kernel SU Next app, as of now it will be all blank. In my case, it's not blank because I obtained root, but in your case, all of this will be blank. That's normal and nothing to worry about. So install the kernel SU Next app and tap on this icon, choose select a file and choose the stock initboot file which you have extracted from the firmware. This is the file. Then tap on next. It will now patch the file and the patching is now done, and the file should be placed inside the downloads folder of your phone. So my files, let me show you from here. So what you have to do is copy the file and transfer the file from the downloads folder over to the platform tools folder on your PC. So go to the downloads folder over here and you could see the patch file is over here. Transfer the patch file over in the platform tools folder, and once that is done, you now have to boot your phone to the fastboot mode. Then use this command fastboot flash initboot. Rename the file to patch initboot.img for the ease of convenience. Let's rename it as such. So now boot the phone to the fastboot mode and use this command. It will flash the patch initboot file and then you will obtain root. So then when you launch the kernel flasher app, you will then able to easily launch the app without any issue whatsoever. So launch the app and then you have to verify the slot as well. So first up, tap on view next to slot A. You could see you don't have any option whatsoever. So go back and now tap on slot B, view. You could see we have all the flashing options. So this is our current slot and we have to work in this slot. Now tap on flash and flash AKey3 zip. AKey3 is the any kernel 3 zip, as you could see from here. Let me show you. This is the any kernel 3 zip only which we are using. So tap on flash AKey3 zip and choose the module, the kernel, and it will be flashed onto your phone. In my case, it's already flashed, so I cannot flash it once again. It will be overlapping. So just choose the AKey3 kernel from here. It will be flashed. Once that is flashed, you will have to do a restart of your phone. So then tap on reboot and the kernel will be flashed onto your phone. So similar to how we flashed the kernel via the hardware recovery, you have flashed the kernel using the kernel flasher app, as you could see over here. So once you flash the kernel flasher app, you could then install the kernel SU Next app over here, and then the rest of the steps are the same. Simply install the kernel SU Next app and you will now get this window similar to one as I've shown you over here. And after that, you will go to the module section, tap on install and then choose the module of the SUSFS. So choose the module, tap on OK, and the SUSFS module will be flashed. Then tap on open and then you may get the required job done. So guys, these were the two methods through which you could flash the any kernel and obtain root on your phone via the kernel SU Next and the SUSFS app. So just to keep in mind, if your phone has a recovery, then you may directly flash the kernel file via the recovery, and when your phone boots to the OS, just install the kernel SU Next app, and from the kernel SU Next app you may install the SUSFS module and get the job done, and then launch the SUSFS from here and carry out the required task. If in your case your phone does not have a recovery, then you will first have to install the obtain root on your phone. So for that, install the kernel SU Next app, then patch the initboot file and flash the file via the fastboot command. After that, install the kernel flasher app, and now that you have obtained root, the app will work without any issue. Now simply choose your slot over which you get the flash option and flash the kernel zip file, and with this you have obtained root and the flashing of the kernel is done. Now you may install the kernel SU Next app, and after that launch the app and install the SUS FS module, then do a reboot, and then you could carry out the required tweak. So guys, on that note, we round off this video. If you have any query with regard to any of the steps, do let me know in the comment section, and thanks a lot for watching.